The application we look after is HRM, Human Resources Management application, HRM. Okay, this is the application. We go through it today. So basically, till now we have learned something, right? So what we have learned. Um, so now what we'll go through is like one is project introduction, how we need to do what we need to do, and understanding the functional requirements. So uh, day one, the project what we do. I'll go through project introduction, understanding the uh, functional requirements, and like creating test scenarios, creating test cases. Okay. So basically, in this, uh, so what is a STLC? What is a STLC?
So it is a software testing license. Like
See, in interview now I am doing interview, so I am asking you a question. What is what is software testing life cycle? STLC. How do you answer it? So, see, if in interview they asked what is SDLC means, SDLC is software testing life cycle. The software testing life cycle is a complete flow and complete flow or process of doing testing for an project. Okay, so it consists of different stages uh, and different entry criteria and exit criteria. So the major one would be like the starting. It starts with the requirement analysis, and in requirement analysis, the entry criteria and exit criteria should be like a BRS, FRS, SRS documents. And the activities what we do here is like analyzing the business functionalities, do identifying all the transactions, identifying all the things, and preparing requirement traceability matrix. The exit criteria would be like signing of the RTM, and the deliverables for this requirement analysis with the RTM document, that is requirement traceability matrix document, coming followed by test plan, the second stage, where in test plan what need to be done, how need to be done, who will be doing it, and when the project need to be done. The entry criteria should be like requirement documents, and requirement traceability matrix would be the entry criteria in this stage. And here we'll be analyzing the testing approaches, where we'll be preparing the testing approaches, which approach is best suited, we'll be planning it. So in this stage, we will be preparing test plan document and test strategy document. So after preparing that, we'll also prepare a effort estimation document, and we'll finalize the resources, roles, planning, and the roles and responsibilities. So the exit criteria should be for this test plan document, test strategy document. It should be the same as a test plan and test strategy documents, document also. After doing the test planning document, we are going with the test designing. In test designing, the entry criteria should be like requirement documents, test plan, planning, project plan document, what we have prepared in test planning section. Use cases would be something where the activities what we do is like preparing the test scenarios, test case designing, test data preparation, and reviewing of the test cases what we have prepared. So the exit criteria should be the reviewed and signed off test cases, uh, and deliverables should be the test scenarios and test cases, test scripts, or data would be the deliverables for this test designing section. So after test designing, we need to go for environmental setup. So the test environmental setup is the fourth stage, where we will be having the entry criteria as design architecture documents and environmental setup plan. In this stage, actually what we do is like we prepare the checklist of hardware and software required for testing the software. We also do a smoke test, and we accept or reject the smoke test to build. So after that, the exit criteria should be in the stage like a checklist of environmental setup, smoke test successful, and the documents, the deliverables, what we do is like setup document and smoke test result document. So now after environmental setup, we go with the test execution document, test execution section stage, where in this stage, test execution stage, The entry criteria should be the test plan, test cases, and test scenarios, integration and unit testing report, and the build to test. So the activities what we execute test cases, report the defects if anything failed, and we do retesting, we do regression testing. All the functional testing should be carried out in the execution section. So the exit criteria should be like all tests are planned, all tests planned are successful or executed, and the defects logged have been closed. So the deliverables in this section would be the RTM with execution status, test cases updated with results, and reports. So after that, the last stage will be the test cycle closure. So once the test execution is completed and all the defects are closed, all the test cases are executed, now we prepare the report. So for this entry criteria should be like the basic thing is testing completed and test reports or logs, whatever available for defect logs. And the activities what we do is evaluation or estimation of the time, test coverages, software quality, everything would be analyzing here. The results would be analyzed. I will prepare a test matrix and we do the documentation of the learning of the projects and prepare the test closure report. So the exit criteria would be test closure report signed by the client. So the deliverables in this would be test closure report and test matrix. This is a complete cycle of the software testing life cycle. This is how you need to explain. So when you keep on explaining, they, the interviewer will ask you to stop at the middle and you will go to next question, which means he understands. See, he understands that you are well aware of this one. Okay. So see, remember one thing. I did not say anything extra. Just I have explained this stage names. That's all. You just remember this one. Requirement analysis. What we do requirement. We get requirement and we analyze it. Analyze means understanding. That's what you explain as activity. Test planning. What we do, what to do, how to do, when to do, who to do. That only you explain as activity. Designing. What we do, prepare test cases, test scenarios. Environmental setup. We do setup for the hardware and software setup for testing. Execution. We execute the test. Closure. We prepare the closure report. It's very simple. Okay. Just practice it. Okay. So now test cycle. So test requirement analysis is the first stage. What we do here, we understand the FRS, SRS, LRS, all the documents. Test planning, test designing, environment setup, test execution, test closure. Okay, these are the stages cycles. So before that, what we do is like we go and review what is the project we are doing. We'll have a project overview. So the project what we are going to do is the Orange HRM. Okay, it is the human resources management application, which is developed in the MySQL database. Okay, can be used in any of the environments. Okay, so see, this project. Is this a project or a product? Can anyone, both of you, project or a product?
I think product.
You quote it.
I think project thing.
Okay. So this is a product, not a project. Okay.
Okay.
Product. Why it is product is because see, this is a general HRM application. Okay, we can customize it. The developers team who has developed this one can customize this one and sell it to anybody, right? So here they have kept the name as orange HRM. I can keep the name as green HRM. Okay, this is been developed in general as per market requirements and been delivered and customized to the client specifications. Okay, so this is a product. When product comes into a company in an organization, when they start using it becomes project. Okay, so this is a product. HRM application is a product what we are working on. So project versus product, I think you know clearly. Okay, so these all things, Linux environment also it works Windows environment also. Okay, so project is this one about this is a HRM application. So we'll see what are all these, what are all the different modules we have in this, and so in this one, in this HRM module application, we have two modules. One is HRM admin module, one is ESS user. ESS means employee self-service user. Okay, they have kept the name as employee self-service. Okay, so in this HR module, HR admin, we have these all modules like leave, time, recruitment, performance. In ESS, we have leave, time, my info. So see, this HR admin means this is a admin user. Okay, admin means only specific. In HR team will be having the access. Administrators, application administrators will be having the access for this. Whereas ESS users are employee self-service. So employees would be having the access. They have the access only for leave, time, my info, performance. So in this section, we are going to look after my info section. Okay, we are going to look after my info. My info is like maintaining personal details of an employer. Okay, and here we verify the performance of the employer at leaves. How many leaves he have applied? What is the time? Hmm? HR admin. In HR admin, we have leave. HR admin means he verifies all the things, all the employees things, recruitments, performance, and all those things. Okay, we will see admin module. What are all there in admin module? Okay, see in admin module, what we have is like listing of the employees, adding employees, configuring their leaves, configuring their timesheets. Timesheets means like when they have entered the office, when they have left the office, so how many hours they have worked, and all all things would be there. The recruitments, any new openings are there in the organization, they do the recruitments, they perform the performance of the employees has been evaluating. So all these details would be written here, maintained in this admin module. So this admin module can see all the employees data, all the employees data they can access. Okay, whereas when we go for this one ESS module, see here in ESS module we have employees can apply leaves like we have all the types of leaves, right? Casual leaves, sick leaves, uh, so those all leaves they can apply. They need to fill the timesheets. Timesheets filling is like daily how many hours you are working after entering and after exiting. My info is like maintaining personal details. Okay, maintaining personal details. All employee his personal details would be maintained in this section, my info section, and performance tracking. So the performance would be tracked here. Okay, so these are the modules we have in this section. Okay, so what? Okay, how we need to do? What we need to do first for this? See, we need to understand the STLC process. So you guys are well aware of this STLC process, right? Huh? So requirement analysis, test planning, test designing, environmental setup, test execution, test planning. These are the STLC process. Uh, this one. Um, so what we do is first we will understand. Yeah, here I have written, right. So this is a project introduction. Now what I will now we'll understand the functional requirements. So what are the functional requirements of this one? Okay, this application. So this is a and this HRM module is a open module, open source module. You can get from internet. Okay, my info project. So we are going to work on my info project. Okay, in Orange HRM, we are going to write test cases, test scenarios, execution. We will be doing it on my info module. Okay, so this is how the FRS functional requirement specification document will be. The purpose of this document: project overview, audience, hardware and hosting, information technology. See, this template may vary based on the application to application, module to module. Okay, so we are going to work on my info module, photography. These are the different sections in this my info module. Okay, job, salary, qualification, signing of the document. Okay, see here we'll be going through in detail of each and everything. Okay, purpose of the document is this is not a project plan. So this document functional requirement is not a project plan. This is just an overview, project overview. We have the architecture and the site design, how we need to design the site. Okay, this is the purpose of the document, and this is not a project plan. Requirements are different from a project plan, right? So project overview, audience is like this document is intended as a complete guide for ESS user in using HR. ESS means employee user. Okay, this document is specifically designed for non-specialist. Specialists may find the document a useful point by reference. So by reading this one, you'll be understanding who is using this. Audience means who is be using this document. Who will be using this MyInfo module. This MyInfo module is intended only for ESS means employees. Okay, and the hardware. What are the hardware is required? This is will be hosted on X company site. What language you'll be using, what all those things will be mentioned here. Database. So architecture will be designed here. So this is how the information screen should look. Okay. Next, we'll go for info module. Okay, my info module. See here, my info module is a powerful tool providing. See now, what we will be doing is we will be understanding the functional requirements and create test scenarios. So first, initially, what we do is we create test scenarios. Okay, after creating test scenarios, based on the test scenarios, we prepare test cases. Right. So see here, first one is my info module is a powerful tool providing employees of the company with the ability to view relevant information such as personal information, updating personal information with an internet enabled PC without having to involve the HR department. So what they are saying here, like this is a tool where employees of the company would be able to view their information, personal information, and they can update the information in the internet uh, enabled PC without the HR's lead. So you need not go for each and every update to HR. You can directly update it. So the functionality of this module spans through the entire system, making information available anywhere, anytime. All information is subject to company's defined security policy, where she can only view the information she is authorized to. An ESS user can only edit certain fields in the ESS module, maintaining the security and confidentiality of the employee information. So this application you can access wherever you go. You can access anytime. You can access it, and this is specifically defined for only for you or defined based on the security policy of the organization. And here in this my info module, you cannot edit all the fields. You can edit only certain fields, maintaining the security and confidentiality of the employee information. Okay. So here what we are understanding about this module is it is used for employees. This module is used by employees. They can edit some fields and they can update the fields. Wherever they go, they can understand. They can go through the document. So when you are in traveling, also if you want to apply a leave, you can apply it. Okay, or if you want to edit some information, phone number or anything anywhere, you can update it. So first we will see the first one, 3.1.1 my info module. When an ESS user logs into the system for the first time, the first thing they will see is the personal details. So now the what is the stress scenario here? Login, right? The ESS user should log in first, right? So our first so see here, serial number one. What is our module? Module my info module, right? And the requirement ID is here we have see 3.1.1. 3.1.1, right? So the 3.1.1 is this one. Here you are seeing, right? This is the requirement ID. Okay. My info modules first requirement ID is this one. So what we are going to write here? First one is login. Okay. ESS user login is our first scenario, right? Okay, so what they have written here, second one, second point, so the first thing they will see is the personal details. Okay, personal details will be viewed. Next one, they are able to edit and enter certain fields. Okay, so second scenario would be ESS user views the personal details. Next, ESS user can edit personal details. Okay, one is login, another one is viewing, third one is editing. Okay, next, he is able to edit us. So now we have gone through two lines and we have been preparing test scenarios, right? So he can edit all these fields. Next scenario is photograph. The ESS user can add a photograph of himself or herself by clicking on the photograph. So now what would be the next one? So this all you need to write, okay, 3.1.1 modules you need to enter. So with this requirement number only, we'll be finalizing the traceability matrix and all those things. Okay. So now photograph. So ESS user cannot edit. Okay. See here. Before that, the following are restricted fields where an ESS user cannot make changes to the following details and need to be populated by the HR admin and respective ESS supervisor. So the user cannot edit these fields: employee ID, SSN number, SIN number, driver license number, date of birth. These cannot be edited by the user. These are to be edited by only HR or supervisor or manager or somebody. Okay. So that is one test case. So ESS user cannot edit restricted fields in personal details. Okay, this is the next scenario, right? After that, 3.1.2 ESS user can add a photograph by himself or herself by clicking on a photograph at a corner of the screen and show it. So next one module is in this module next is 3.1.2. Okay, ESS user can add a photograph. Okay, after guys, give me a second, please. Okay. So now we are going through the FRS document. So now first one is the ESS user can add a photograph by of himself herself by clicking the photograph at the corner. So click browse and select a photograph from the relevant path. Click upload once you have selected the picture. Picture selected will be populated in the section. So here, see, you may only upload a maximum size of 1 megabyte. Okay, this is the note has been given. Next one is 3.1.1 contact details. 3.1.1 contact details. So contact information can be entered from here. Click on contact details under the employee details column and the screen shown. So these screens are called as mock screens. Okay, mock-up screens would be there, or we can say wireframe. Developer will provide a wireframe once you have developed. So in this module requirement based how the requirement mod numbers are there on these numbers, he will provide all these screens how they are looking. Okay, so under the contact information can be entered from here. Click on contact details under the employee details column and the screen as shown in figure 1.3 will appear. So here this is a contact details. Once you enter what is explained here in this screen, you can enter contact details. You can click on the contact details tab under the employee details. Under the employee details, you will have this contact details column and the screen will be shown like this. Okay. So here you can click and enter the edit the to enter the following country, street 1, street 2, city, etc. Okay. State, province. So these all you can enter. Okay. Once you have completed this form, click save. So what would be our test scenarios here for this section is 3.1.3. So this is 3.1.3 module, right? So ESS user can view contact details. So what all he can do here? He can view the contact details. He can edit the contact details, right? ESS user can edit the contact details. Okay. Next, what all has been given here in this document? What all he can do? Okay, only editing and saving, right? Next module is 3.1.4 emergency contact. So what we can do here? Contact details which will be needed during an emergency can be entered here. So select emergency contacts on the personal column. See here, you understand, you need to visualize. See here, contact details is under the employee details column. And now when you come here, emergency contact is under personal details column. Okay. So contact details will be needed during an emergency can be entered here. Select emergency contacts on the personal column and the screen shown below will be appear. So enter the name of the person you wish the company to contact in case of emergency. Your relationship with the contact person provided a home telephone or mobile number to which the company can reach. Okay, so here you are entering an emergency contact number, you are entering the name, relationship, telephone number, mobile number, and you are going to save it. Okay, click on save. Once the field added, the emergency contact will be listed. So once the field is added, it will show like this. Okay, here you can add multiple emergency contact numbers can be added here. Okay, that is one more point. To delete an entry, click on the checkbox next to particular entry. It is possible to delete multiple entries at the same time by clicking the checkbox entries. So to delete an entry, click on the checkbox next to particular entry. It is also possible to delete multiple entries at the same time. What is given, if you want to delete a particular entry, you need to select this one, click on this one, it will be checked, it will be tick marked, and then you can delete it. So if you want to delete multiple, you can delete at a time. You can also upload an attachment that would support the details you have entered on the form by adding click. So by adding the add under the attachments, you can add some attachment forms if you want anything. Okay. Now we need to write a test scenarios for this one, 3.1.4. How it would be? Can anyone say? So see, are you able to understand me? Are you getting me, both of you?
Yes.
No, yes.
So see, emergency contacts. Now what we are going to do, we can add an emergency. We can add an emergency contact, right? So ESS user can add an emergency contact. What is the next one he can do here? He can add multiple emergency contacts, right? See here it is mentioned. He can add multiple emergency contacts. So next scenario is ESS user can add multiple emergency contacts, right? What all he can do? He, he can, ESS user can delete emergency contacts. What all he can do? See here it is mentioned we can also upload any attachment that would support the details you have entered in the form. Okay, so ESS user can add attachments to emergency contacts, right? Am I correct? Next one is what you can do. Next module, this module next section is dependence. If you have any dependents, you can enter them. To add a dependent, click on dependents under the personal column. So this is also under personal column only. And the screen will be shown like this. So any dependents are there, mother, father, sister, brother. So you need to enter the dependent's name here. So enter the name of your dependent, relationship, and the date of birth. So click save. Okay, see here you can add multiple dependencies. You can same way you can delete them. Also you can upload the attachments. Okay, add under the attachment, select a file. This one. Okay, same. So can you say me test scenarios how it would be for dependent section? Amar,
Yes.
can you say the scenarios for this section?
We can add dependent for the employee.
Okay. ESS
User
you
can add the dependent for
can
the
add the can add dependent. Okay, next what all? One is he can add the dependent. Next one, see here, same as emergency contact only. Here also, right? Next one number, next scenario, what we can write?
multiple series of dependent ones.
Yeah, multiple. So we can ESS user can add multiple dependents. Next what we can do?
User can upload documents.
Okay. Next, one more is there. Can delete.
Yes.
Okay. So this is how you need to write. Okay. Next section. Okay, if this session ends, again join with the same login ID. Okay. Next is immigration. So immigration section, your immigration information can be entered here. To add your immigration information, select information under the personal column. Select the information under this personal column and the screen as shown below. Okay, so here they have shown the screen. These are the fields. Okay, select the document type passport or visa. You wish to add details of the number, whether it is a passport number or visa number, issue details. So here you can need to select one. You need to enter the number, issue details, expiry date, and eligible status. So here eligible status, and of your passport visa eligible review date. As to when the eligibility status was reviewed, you may write any comment if necessary. If you want to write any notes, you can write here. Okay, you can click